Good day, everyone. My name is Professor Jeremiah Elioso, and I'd be happy to share with you the results and the highlights of my research conducted last summer. The title of my research is Evaluation of Online Distance Learning Delivery Mode of St. and College Lucena Incorporated Higher Education Department for second semester of 2020-2021, basis for plans and programs. This research sought to determine the evaluation of online distance learning mode of St. and College Lucena Incorporated Higher Education Department for second semester of 2020-2021, and the challenges the students and the faculty members experience, their suggestions and other comments or concerns to online distance learning. For the design or methodology, descriptive method was used as the research design. The population of the study is 338, which is composed of 292 students and 46 faculty members from the higher education department. Convenience sampling was used as the sampling technique, and the data were collected using a researcher-made structured questionnaire for parts 1 to 4 and unstructured question for part 5 via Google Form. The Google Form link was sent through the departmental and section group chats through the help of deans, program chairs, and section advisors. The data collection was held August 18 to 24, 2021, and the percentage and weighted mean were used for data analysis and interpretation of data. Okay, so we all know that online distance learning is also called distance education or e-learning. And this is a form of delivery mode where there is a physical separation of teachers and students during instruction. And it took us by surprise because of the pandemic that we had to shift from the traditional face-to-face and then going to online learning modality. With the online learning modality, we have to use a learning management system so that we would be able to communicate with the students, and that will be the platform by which we could conduct assessment. Okay, so with this sudden shift of educational landscape, the faculty members and the students have faced different challenges. And that's actually the objective of this research, to identify what were the challenges and what were the evaluation of the faculty members and the students on the online distance learning delivery mode of St. and College Lucena Incorporated. And eventually the results of this research will be very helpful in the proposal of the plans and programs related to the delivery of our online distance learning. For the scope and limitations, the action research focused on the evaluation of online distance learning mode of St. and College Lucena Incorporated, and it focused on the variables on the evaluation in terms of online learning environment or infrastructure, schedule or duration of the class, learning management system, teaching learning process, and instructor, and the challenges in the online distance learning in terms of the personal challenges, time management, organization, technology and infrastructure, and the respondents' suggestion for further improvement of the online distance learning in terms of the schedule, learning management system, and teaching learning process. And we also sought their comments and concerns to online distance learning. In addition, the sample size was saturated to the available respondents online during the time of data collection. The study did not include the 31 fourth-year BS HRM students who were enrolled in their flexible online practicum because they were using a different learning management system. And the data were analyzed using appropriate data analysis tools, including percentage and weighted mean. And the duration of this research run from August 9 to September 3, 2021. At this point, I'll be presenting to you now the key findings or the results of the data gathering. For this part, it presents the results of the profiling of the respondents. So for figure 1, it shows that majority of the respondents are students. Figure 2 shows that majority of the respondents are from the School of Management for International Hospitality and Tourism. Figure 3 shows the percentage distribution of the respondents in terms of the course, where majority are taking up Bachelor of Science in Hospitality Management. At this point, let's go over with the part 2, or with the evaluation of online distance learning, which were presented in table. So for table 1, it presents the evaluation of online distance learning delivery mode in terms of the online learning environment or infrastructure. So I'll just highlight the major result, wherein the overall weighted average mean is 2.93, or the interpretation is agree or good, or they agree to the fact that their online learning environment is actually good. And based from my previous study, because I have conducted this during the first semester, the the previous study reveals almost the same result, where the faculty members had a very good learning environment, and it consists of the availability of stable power supply, online learning materials, stable internet connection, and their environment is free from noise destruction. Let's go to table number 2, showing the evaluation of online distance learning delivery mode in terms of the schedule or the duration of the class. It indicates that in terms of the schedule, the students and faculty members of the higher education department experience good in terms of their schedule. And this is supported by the study of Alexandra and Mansour Mupinga in 2007, in which they revealed that in online learning environment, learning takes place within a flexible time frame. In addition, web environments offer flexibility of instructional pace and more control over which learning activities are more appropriate to engage in. Meanwhile, for table number 3, it indicates that the NEO as a learning management system. So for the information of everyone, and for the quite new here, St. College Lucena Incorporated is using NEO as the learning management system for higher education department. So it indicates that the faculty members and the student revealed that NEO as a learning management system is good because the LMS allows setting of assignment, it's easy to use and easy to navigate, it's customizable, it has forum, online discussion, and messaging and communication is available. It can track students' attendance. It's portable, allows self-paced learning, encourages active learning, facilitates gradebook, provides various assessment. It has gamification feature and encourages student and faculty contact. Table number 4 reveals the evaluation of online distance learning in terms of the teaching learning process, where the average weighted mean is 3.10, or agree or good, because the faculty members agree that the student's assistant attendance are being monitored. There are varied assessment tasks, and there is an academic freedom. Course contents are chunked, evaluates for continued learning. Students are informed of their progress. Lessons are accessible anytime, anywhere. There is a trust and respect Instructions are clear, positive atmosphere is maintained. There is a continuous dialogue. There is a reward system, constructive feedback mechanism, effective lesson delivery, available recording for replay, and virtual classroom is enjoyable. And this is actually supported by the previous study of yours truly and agreed on by Mick and Middlebrook 2020, in which it confirms that synchronous tools must have recording capacity and ensure that students use that feature to document course interactions. Course social contract must be created to identify expectations for civil discourse to be followed by the students and instructor. For table number 5, it indicates that the instructor of St. Anne College Lucena Incorporated Higher Education Department evaluated their instructor as good because the students and faculty members agree that the instructor relates the lesson on real-life applications, encourages participation, attention, and open online discussion, comes in virtual class prepared. They are well equipped and organized. They deepens the vision and mission core values through the lessons, communicates with the students via chat, email, and other platforms. They give critical and analytical problem-solving questions, shows digital competence, manages and maximizes the time during synchronous session, gives interesting activities for asynchronous session, shows empathy, understanding, and leniency. They are available for online consultation. They adjust the pace to the class level of understanding, and they are able to provide feedback mechanism. And the results are congruent with the previous findings. However, there's a stronger agreement on the faculty members' responses during the same survey for first semester of 2020-2021. And according to Butron 2021, numerous facets of the teacher's role in virtual learning environments, such as emphasizing the role of technical assistance and digital support as a moderator. Teacher must encourage and motivate students, break down psychological barriers. In addition, teachers must be mindful of the difficulties inherent in a lack of communication with and among students, and that a teacher operating in a virtual environment must be relatable. Let us proceed to the third part of the survey, which highlights the challenges to online distance learning. For table 6, it presents the personal challenges to online learning, where it indicates that the personal challenges to online distance learning of students and faculty members are adjustment to new normal and distraction from home environment. The qualitative data of the Vera 2020 exposed the different struggles in teacher preparation in instructional methodologies. The study infers that teachers must undergo additional faculty development in instructional methodologies and on the use of technology in instructional designing, assessment, and managing online learning environments. Educational institutions must intensify trainings on integrating technology in lesson preparations. For table number 7, it presents the challenges in terms of time management and organization, where it indicates that the challenges to online distance learning are long synchronous session and too much synchronous activities. The previous study, it revealed that majority of the students are having difficulty in managing various tasks, while the faculty members never experience those kinds of problem. However, according to Flaherty 2020, a good mix of live and asynchronous classwork is necessary for future remote terms. Synchronous sessions via Zoom has added so much faculty workload, considering all the necessary preparations needed. And the same is true with asynchronous sessions. There's so many activities that has to be prepared and checked. With all the course activities being offered online, class time appears to be 24/7, and that demands on faculty are actually very exhausting. For Table 8, it presents the challenges in terms of technology and infrastructure, where it indicates that the faculty members and students are challenged when it comes to the access to online learning device and stable electricity and internet connectivity and digital distractions. This is supported by the study of Mick and Middlebrook 2020, stating that there must be a sufficient IT support of both asynchronous and synchronous modalities for all instructors and students, and ensure backup in case connectivity is lost or severely downgraded. Gillette Swan 2017 added that online environment presents the challenges for academic personnel to have higher level of technological competency and proficiency on top of their regular academic workload. For Table 8, it shows the challenges in terms of the teaching learning process, where the faculty members and students are challenged when it comes to the examination and assessment, monitoring class progress, communicating with teachers, students and peers, or teacher-centered instruction and technical or digital support. Similar study reveals that the faculty members always had the difficulty in monitoring class progress, while majority of the students are experiencing difficulty in communication in an online learning environment. And this is true from the previous study of yours truly. And this is supported by Mayin 2002, and his findings revealed that monitoring student progress in an online learning environment is an important element of this new form of pedagogy, and that it requires much attention to maximize the effectiveness of e-learning when applied to teacher education. Let's go to the fourth part, which presents the suggestions to online learning. And you can see on figure number 4, where the respondents' suggestion to online distance learning, where majority suggest to provide more time for the submission of the task, and the time allotment for the synchronous activity, the time allotment for synchronous and asynchronous must be equal, and that the schedule must be flexible. The study of Elioso revealed that majority of the students suggest to provide more time for submission of tasks, and majority of faculty members suggest that schedule must be flexible, while the administration suggested that the time allotment for synchronous and asynchronous must be the same. The time management is one of the life skills students are expected to acquire during their time at the university, and dealing with workload is an issue for both academics and students. The data of Gregory and Garcia 2009 suggests that while many students find coincident deadlines and are often much stressed, but their management of this deadline improves over time. For figure number 5, on the suggestions for the learning management system, or for NEO, majority suggests to continue the use of LMS. And the results of the previous study agreed on the findings mentioned. A learning management system is an essential in online education hub that provides a large and indispensable set of features to support educational activities such as classroom learning, distance education, and continuing education. LMS is used for managing educational activities to support efficient teaching and learning. For figure number 6, on teaching learning process, it indicates that most of the students and faculty members suggest the use of blended or hybrid learning approach or go back to the traditional face-to-face classes. While students and faculty members clamor the return of the traditional face-to-face or the use of blended learning, educational institution must adhere to the guidelines set by the Commission on Higher Education, Department of Health, IATF, and however, CHED and DOH memo number 2021-001 has released some guidelines on the gradual reopening of campus for higher education for limited face-to-face classes during COVID-19 pandemic in selected programs such as medicine, nursing, medical technology, physical therapy, midwifery, and public health. Part 5 reveals the other concerns and suggestions and the recommendations of both of the faculty and the students relative to the online distance learning delivery of the Higher Education Department of St. Anne College Lucena Incorporated. And these are their suggestions. Okay, so these are the verbatim response to the open-ended question, but the common theme is that in terms of online duration or time element, they are clamoring for a face-to-face class, a flexible schedule for synchronous and asynchronous class, provide more time for the submission of the output activities. Professor shall give a long period of submission for the students, and I hope that they hope that the instructors be flexible to the students' needs. Professors should be considerate, and they have to understand and appreciate everyone's work. In terms of the teaching learning process, provision of learning activity sheets for students who cannot attend online classes, more activities or events that the students can enjoy for motivation. They wish to have more webinars for upgrade of the educational delivery. Okay, and some other suggestions. In terms of infrastructure or the learning management system, they have the access to digital media, particularly videos for the laboratory. So they would wanted to have that. So far, the platform is okay, but the problem is the unpredictable performance of the Wi-Fi connection. There must be institutional accounts dedicated for communication platforms such as Zoom, premium accounts. It costs too much that the faculty members cannot just avail of them without subsidy from school management, and continuous understanding and consideration to the situation of students in their homes having problems with internet connectivity and electricity. And more concerns over here. All right, so I'll just leave it here. Okay, and some more clamor for the return of a face-to-face class. So those were the common themes. So I'll present now the conclusion of the research. Based on the findings, the researcher concluded the following. The evaluation of faculty members and students on their online distance learning is generally good in terms of infrastructure, schedule, learning management system, and teaching learning process and instructor. The faculty members and students are often challenged with their online learning in terms of personnel, time management, technology, and the teaching learning process. And the faculty members and students suggest to have more time for the submission of tasks, equal time allotment for synchronous and asynchronous session, flexibility of the schedule, continue the use of neo learning management system, and to use blended or hybrid learning approach or go back to the traditional face-to-face classes. As to the recommendations, based on the findings, the researcher recommend the following. For school administrators, that they may continue the use of neo learning management system. For the technology and online education office, that they may create plans and programs to address the various challenges of the faculty members and the students in their online distance learning. For the teachers, that they may observe leniency and extra consideration on the deadlines, performance tasks, and other forms of assessment. For future researchers, that they may explore other areas not covered in this study due to some limitations. For the proposed plan and programs based on the results of the survey, St. and College Lucena, through the Technology and Online Education Office, must continue their initial plans and programs for online distance learning that will help both the students and the faculty members. The office may continue the Digital Week Summit as a venue or event that will address the various challenges in this new normal. St. Anne College, through the Office of Student Affairs and Guidance Office, may create programs such as webinars and other alternative activities to provide talks on motivation to learn, mental health, increasing classroom engagement, and other activities that may create an enjoyable learning experience for the students. St. Anne College, through the Manpower Resource and Development Office or the Academic HR, may create programs for the faculty members to promote motivation to work, recognition to well-performing teachers, and to provide talks on work-life balance. And these are the references that I use for the study. All right, so thank you very much and you have a great day. Again, my name is Professor Jeremiah Elioso and I'm happy to be here. Thank you.